Emmanuelle 2025 is a reboot of the famous 1974 erotic classic, this time starring Noémie Merlant in the role made legendary by Sylvia Kristel. Does Merlant even come close to Kristel's iconic sexy performance? Come find out. Hey, what's up everyone? Paul from Grindhouse, Funhouse here with my review of Emmanuelle, starring Noémie Merlant, Will Sharp, and Naomi Watts. It's a movie you probably didn't even know existed, technically released in France in 2024, but dumped here on VOD in North America last June. The original Emmanuelle was a huge cultural sensation when it hit theaters back in 1974, spawning multiple sequels and even an Italian knockoff series of its own, the Black Emmanuelle films, starring the sexy as hell Laura Gemser. Fast forward to now, and we're miles away from just Jackin's original and light years from the sleazy glory of Joe D'Amato's Black Emmanuelle films. Not that my expectations were sky high, but when you slap the name Emmanuelle on your movie, there are certain sexy expectations, a legacy to live up to. And unfortunately, this movie does not meet them. In this reboot, Emmanuelle works as a quality controller for a luxury hotel chain and is flown to Hong Kong to evaluate a hotel run by Margot, played by Naomi Watts. Bored and horny, Emmanuelle drifts through a series of sensual hotel room encounters and crosses paths with Kai, played by Will Sharp, a mysterious resident with whom she becomes infatuated but keeps slipping through her fingers. And that's basically the movie. This was co-written, produced, and directed by Audrey Diwan, whose last film, Happening, was released 4 years ago and earned glowing reviews across the board. This new Emmanuelle, however, did not receive the same warm reception, and for good reasons. I'll start with what works. It's a good-looking movie. The camera work is strong, and the production design is consistently impressive, thanks pretty much to the Hong Kong hotel location. The problem is, when you start a review by saying it's a good-looking movie, you already know you're in trouble. What doesn't work for me is pretty much everything else. Noémie Merlant, who plays Emmanuelle, I'm sure she's a capable actress in other projects, but here she's dull as dirt. She and Will Sharp, who plays the mysterious guest, have zero chemistry, and both feel like they're play acting. I don't believe for a second these two would hook up in a real-world context. The movie simply decides they should. Will Sharp, who I hear is pretty good in White Lotus, fails to exude any real mystery in this performance. They have endless inane conversations that go nowhere. He acts all mysterious and leaves. She pines for his unavailability, and there's no reason she should. The big marquee name in this thing is Naomi Watts as Margot, as a tiny throwaway role that any other actress could have handled. She delivers a dull speech about the rhythms and people moving through the hotel.
I wanted a melody that imposes a rhythm, but discreetly. Tee-ta-tee-ta-ta.
Apparently just enough to justify her paycheck, through clearly not enough to get naked on screen. At least I'm sure it helped with a down payment on a beach house somewhere. There's also Stranger Things Vecna himself, Jamie Campbell Bower, who pops up briefly as a hotel guest Emmanuelle interacts with, yet another pointless role that contributes nothing to the film. As for the sex, because let's be real, you don't watch an Emmanuelle movie for deep introspective drama, you want to see people doing it. Well, there's very little sex here, and when it does happen, it feels forced with zero eroticism. Noémie Merlant had stiff competition from Sylvia Kristel and especially Laura Gemser, two actresses who fully committed and made it clear, or at least acted as if they enjoyed their performances. Not the case here. There's no playfulness. Sex should be fun. Watching this, you should feel at least a little turned on. And let's just say nothing moved me at all. This version also lacks the beautiful bodies that populated the original films. The nudity, such as it is, it's minimal and far less explicit, making Emmanuelle's sexuality almost a sideline rather than a defining feature of her character. Much of the movie is just her walking around the hotel looking bored and emotionless. She seems like such a drag, such a void. There's a very short and boring threesome, clearly not doing it right, and a mutual masturbation scene with her and the lady of the night that hangs around the hotel, and that raises the temperatures a little bit, but not by much. Let me give you an example of what passes as sexy in this movie.
When you were in my room, what did you do?
I went in your bath and I drank the water.
Drank the water? Wow.
Overall, for fans of TNA, this is a major disappointment. One other thing, Emmanuelle movies always double as travelogues, with Emmanuelle visiting exotic locales to investigate whatever she needed. In the original, most scenes were outdoors under the lush yellow sunshine of Bangkok. Here, 3/4 of the movie happens inside a hotel in shadowy, dark interiors. We only see a bit of Hong Kong in the last 15 minutes, and by then it's too little too late. My final thoughts on the Emmanuelle remake is that it's tepid and not daring enough. There's no passion, no chemistry, no payoff, just a shallow, soulless slideshow of people and places pretending to be sensual. You know, it's such a shame that eroticism has been sanitized to this level in 2025. If younger viewers were to discover this movie like I did with the original back in my day, seeing sex portrayed here as such a downer, just trying to fill a hole in your sad, empty life, I feel sorry for them. Hopefully they'll seek out something better. The original Emmanuelle movies were trashy, unapologetic French exploitation films meant to titillate, and did it with style. Adding this remake to the most famous, if not the most famous erotic name in cinema feels inappropriate at best and a crime against cinema at worst. All right, it's not that bad, but I feel like it doesn't deserve its place in the series. It's streaming pretty much everywhere, but if you want the real Emmanuelle experience, Severin Film just dropped Saga Erotica, the Emmanuelle Collection, an 11-disc box set packing all the Emmanuelle movies that actually matter, restored in Blu-ray and 4K glory. Or get yourself the sensual world of Black Emmanuelle, also from Severin Films. So that was my take on Emmanuelle. If you like this, please give it a thumbs up so I can get more visibility out there. Subscribe if you haven't, that does help too. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on Emmanuelle 2025, and let me know what is your favorite erotic movie from the golden era. So many to choose from, just try not to go blind from trying to figure out which one to pick. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll say to you, ciao bye for now.
The sadness is mine. I have to go.
All right.